This is December 31st, 2024. 2024 is coming to an end. For all of you that watch my show, particularly if you leave comments and likes, I really appreciate it. When you talk about different crypto that I may have missed or something new that I don't know, it's greatly appreciated. That's why I do this show. I always say I put this together 6 days a week, call it Crypto for the Rest of Us, tip, tool, coin analysis. And the purpose of me doing it was somewhat selfish. I wanted to force myself to do more deeper research. I've been doing the show for about 6 months. Hopefully this is useful. If you find it useful, please do let me know. I invested the last bull run around, and this time I've been buying since late 2023 for this bull run. I was going to make my last show of the year, my entire portfolio of all 60 cryptocurrencies. And I decided to put this show together because I wanted to point out what some people say, hey, 60 is too many. You need to just only watch a small number because it's going to be hard to keep track of them. If I apologize if I sound funny, it's because I got knocked out for 3 or 4 days with quite the cold. With respect to the idea that you should only watch a couple crypto, on the one side, I completely understand that. It's hard to keep an eye on everything. Not everything is going to rise at the same time. You've probably seen charts where maybe gaming goes up and down because there's a lot of attention and a lot of those coins ride up pretty fast. And then maybe a couple weeks later, it's a completely different sector. Maybe it's real world asset tokenization, or maybe it's borrow lending on DeFi, whatever it may be. And they go maybe something in February or something in March. Okay. So 60, yeah, that's a lot. However, and if you look at this chart, this was what I showed in the videos where I have categories. So they're split into multiple categories. So theoretically, the categories will move in the crypto within them. Why do I have so many? Why don't I just go into one category and pick one winner? I don't know about you, but I'm not that smart. And I am wise enough and old enough to know that just like when I went through the dot-com bubble and I had raised money and had my own internet company. So I went through the dot-com bubble. I know and I worked with a lot of companies because my company did online advertising for other dot-com companies. Whether it be email, banner, we had software, we had a mall, all this different stuff. So I worked with a lot of the different companies at the time, and I saw the ones that were doing well or not doing well, had different streams of revenue. But if you had asked me at the beginning of the dot-com bubble, of all the different companies that were taking off and pushing forward, which ones would have come out the other end just fine, still alive, with a valid business model, I'm guessing I probably would have been wrong. There were a lot of them going forward, and we didn't know, no one knew what was going to come out the other end. Just like this, if we're truly going into a bull run for 3 months, 6 months, or a year, generally speaking, you know some of the top ones are still going to be fine, but to what extent? A 1x? I mean a 2x? You make twice your money, 3 times your money? Are you going to be able to nail the ones that might do a 50x or 20x? I can't. I already know that I can't, and here's why. We're about to start 2025. Let's say, for sake of argument, that the bull run lasts 6 months. Have you ever been in a technology company or any company trying to pump out new changes, new code, put it into testing, then put it into production and make it live and have to deal with all the debugging and all of that? How much are you going to accomplish in 6 months? Well, some of them, probably not much. Some of them, a decent amount, and some of them, a lot. And I can't tell you which ones they are because I'm not inside those companies, or neither are you. You don't know which ones have the best employees and which ones don't. You don't know the management structure of any of these things. You have no idea, and neither do I. So we don't know what's going to propel them. We also don't know where the market in retail and investors or institutional investors or individual investors are going to put their focus. We think we know, but we're not sure. So what are they going to do? If you've been watching some of the updates from these companies, let's say just on Twitter, and you've been watching over the course of a month, all of a sudden one of them will come out with, look at all the partnerships we just did. And you'll say, wow, that's amazing. I didn't see that coming. You didn't see that coming. So let me give you an example. In the category of interoperability, and this is where I made a mistake. On my show where I showed the coins that I had, for some reason I had left and I forgot to replace them on the graphic. And it showed interoperability with IO, Render, Graph, and Aether, and that's not what it should have shown. It should have shown just 2. Wormhole, and Axelar. So here we are on CoinMarketCap. Let me give you an example. You go under categories, and interoperability from all of my categories was just 2%. I think it's important. But what I did was, at one time, I had bought I believe it was just Wormhole. And then later, I realized, well, no, I think Axelar. So I was thinking, for some weird reason, maybe I should move my investment from Wormhole to Axelar. And then Big Dumb Animal, oh yeah, that's my disclaimer. I'm a big dumb animal. Don't do what I do. Informational purposes only. I said, wait a second, why don't I just split my investment? Instead of having, for example, round numbers, 10,000 in Wormhole, why don't I put 5 in Wormhole and 5 in Axelar? Because I got to be pretty egotistical to look at a list and say, I know which one of these is going to do well, without having some amazing amount of research where we've figured it out factually who we think will do better. I don't know. Now, looking at these, when it comes to interoperability, I would say most of you can look down this list and say, hold on, it really only looks like the ones that belong here are Wormhole, Axelar, and Layer 0. I can't remember why, but I didn't invest into Layer 0 at the time. But I have Wormhole and Axelar. My point is this. I think it's okay to have multiple cryptocurrency if you narrow the industries that they're in. So then you can watch those industries. I also think it's wise to split your investment among multiple of the competitors. You don't have to pick just one. You can bet on 3. I could have split 10,000 between these 3. 3,334, 333, 3333, and all 3 of these. Because I have no idea which one's going to rocket off. And you have to also realize it's a risk-reward thing. Sure, if you bet on all 3 and one of them does a 15x and the other 2 do a 5x, are you going to kick yourself and say, oh, I should have picked the one that did a 15x? No kidding. Of course you should have. But you had no idea. Now, at least 1/3 of your money did the 15x. If you had stuck it all in one of the other 2, all of your money would have done a 5x. So I think it's wise to split it among those things. When you hear people say, don't pick too many coins, I would say don't pick too many industries. It's hard to watch 60 coins in 60 different industries. It's easier to watch 60 coins in 4 or 3 main industries. So that was the point. The only thing I wanted to say at the end of this year, 2024, hope we can all make generational wealth together in 2025. Thank you for watching. Please do hit the like button. Leave me any comments. I saw a lot of comments on the videos I did last week. People recommending other crypto to take a look at, and I will do just that. But in my opinion, there's going to be a couple front runners in every category. Try to spread your investments out so you can take advantage of all of them. And hey, it's a risk reward. Yeah, you might kick yourself for not putting it in the winner, but the odds of you picking the winner were slim to none anyway. So by spreading it out, you have a larger chance of getting some money in the category that rocketed off. Whereas the other approach, where you're only picking one, you have a larger chance of having no money in the category that rocketed off. Hope that makes sense. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.